Hey everybody, Bo here. Hey, check it out. I am hanging out with my Lectric XP 1.0. Little history, when the company first started, I ordered one because it was folding and I could put it in the back of the 4Runner, and it was a great deal. Their customer service was good, but what I love about this company is their marketing. They sent out all the prototypes to a lot of RVers, a lot of YouTubers. They got a lot of exposure. And then what happened is everybody was modifying them, putting on hydraulic brakes and putting on different things. So then they upgraded them and then they improved them. And now there's the XP 4.0, the light. I saw a light the other day. I really like that. I think it's about 49 pounds. It was skinnier tires. But anyway, the reason for this video is I got to put a new front tire on, and this is by Vespilton. I don't know if you can read that, and it's a knobby tires. These are aftermarket. And the other thing I do is I put these Tuffy liners in, and these prevent most flats because you don't want to get a flat. I got a flat once, and that's when I upgraded to these, and I had to Uber it because this bike is heavy, and if you get a flat, you really can't wheel it because then your tires will come off after, if it's totally flat, and you don't want that to happen. I like the saddlebags because I keep a can of Fix-It that you can just pump in there and the foam goes into tires, and at least that'll get you back. I keep water in there. I don't like to keep my phone on here, and I don't like to keep my water on here because too many times I've hit too many rough trails and they end up on the ground. So I keep my water in the back. I keep my phone in a saddle here, my tools in the saddle here, and of course I have an extra jacket because the weather changes so fast here, and that's why I like the saddle bags. But this is the tire. It's knobby. This one is really getting down there, and I saw some blue dots, so I don't know if that's a sign or not, but I don't want to get a flat, so I'll show you I wanted to show you how this tire came. So I'm gonna have to open it up and then I can show you how it turns into a real tire. It's hard to believe this is a tire. All right, let's get this baby open. 1, 2. Now you have a tire. And I like to keep these a little bouncy because I don't have shocks on this. And there you have it. Now I already did the back. I didn't film it because I'm not a bike mechanic, and I struggle my way through it. I have done it a few times, so I know enough that I can get it done. Changed the brakes a few times. The other thing I love about this company is the accessories, because when bikes came out, the first thing you want to do is get accessories. You want to make it your own, you know what I mean? And they do a really good job in that. My favorite is this horn. And it has a lot of different horns on there. It's a solar light as well as a horn. And now I think they make the handlebars bigger. That's the only thing I don't like is I get little hand sores when I ride too long. I got to find out what the solution is for that. But all right, we're going to get this baby on there. Here's a close-up what the tires look like. Little knobbies. I don't know, my next set maybe I'll go more for street, but I do ride on gravel, dirt roads a lot, so these come in handy. This bike has 4,646 miles on it. And it is fun to ride, and it's been holding up really well. So, you know, you just got to do the maintenance, change the brakes, change the tires, keep your chain lubed. But overall, I mean, this is the very first one, and I ride as much as I can because it's my daily form of exercise, and it's fun. You know, it's more fun than walking, it's more fun than running, and it's easier on the joints. And I ride places I could never get on a regular bicycle because of the hills. All right, I don't have a bike rack, so this is how I do it, so that the display isn't on the ground, and I just do that. But you got to be real careful because it can get tipsy. The front's so much easier than the back because you don't have to deal with the electrical part, and there's more to it. The front, only thing you have to deal with is the brakes, and that's pretty easy. So let me get this off. Big part's going to be getting all the air out of this. Sorry, because I lost the... Ta-da! That's how easy the front is. You just got to make sure you lift it straight out because of your brakes. And I'll have to readjust those. Now I gotta get the air out. I'm just using a little screwdriver, a little Phillips. The best way is if you have a stem remover, you can take the stem out and put it back in. All right, I got most of the air out. And the big thing you gotta remember is once you get this out of here and you put the new tube in, and you put the stem in, always put the cap on. That way the stem doesn't come out, because then you got to try and find it's a pain. So I have these little paddles. They work really well, and then they even hook on to the spokes. Then you got to do the other side, which is once you get it off. Okay, there you have it. Oh, and here's my tube. Boy, this baby's in there. Ta-da! Out with the old, in with the new. All right, I'm gonna let a little bit more air out of this. And the big thing is getting this liner in. So I know last time I did it, I really struggled with it. But you got to make sure you put the tube in. That way it'll hold it in place when you put the tire on. And then you got to make sure it's in there flat. Now, I don't know if I should cut it or just let it. Now, that's how I'm going to do it. I don't know if that'll make it a high spot or not, but all right. Yeah, you know, the other thing I love about this bike is you can find aftermarket products. So I'll put the stem through first, because that's the most important part, because you got to blow up the tube once it's in there. And then I'm going to put the cap on, that way it stays and it doesn't go through. Now, I got to get one side on. And I do have some handy dandy tools. I don't know, I usually get this on by hand. Yep, there it goes. See, now the stem is, I've made that mistake too many times. Because if you put the stem in and you don't put the cap on, the stem's gonna come through and then it's stuck in there, and then you gotta start all over and get it lined up. All right. Now all I gotta do is get this back on. Make sure you line up your brakes real good. Brakes have been really nice. I mean, I don't mind these brakes. I like to keep the tires bouncy because there's no shocks, but the tires kind of make up for it when it's bouncy. That's what's great about the big tires. But I try and ride every day between 10 to 25 miles. And I love it. I need it. I got to get rid of this gut. Oh, you know what? I really didn't even have to take that off. That was dumb. Don't take that off. The back has locking, so it has an Allen that keeps it locked in, so your wheel's not going to fall off. All right, tighten her up. Okay, you got to make sure the bolts are all the way back. All right, well, the key is you got to get those bolts all the way down so that you make sure they're all the way in when you tighten them up, and spin it and make sure that it looks even. And that's how easy it is. I'm not a bike mechanic. Do this at your own risk, but if I can do this, you can do it. And that was pretty easy. So I'm gonna flip it over, pump it up. I'm not gonna film that part because the compressor is too loud. And I'll show you the finished product. There it is on. Looks good. Oh, I don't know if I have the signage on both sides. You should do that, but hey, I just want to ride. All right, well, we are back in business, so time to ride, as they say. Till next time, this is Bo. Hey, hit that subscribe and like button. I'd like to hear from you. Leave a comment. Do you have one of these? Are you getting one of these? They're fun bikes, but take it low and slow in the beginning. And I love it. I'm in pedal assist 3 most of the time. But keep it slow around people. That's the main key. And stay safe out there. Till next time, this is Bo. See ya!